either. And so we're talking about since 1962. So that can go into more money than just that extra pay. So in addition to the extra pay they're getting, they're able to set aside money that goes through our courthouse, launder it over there to them, and it's never detected. That's what you have going on here. And so what has happened?
Dr. Moore, are you telling me that in addition to the 48,000 a year in paid monthly bribe money from the County of Los Angeles Corporation to the judges of Los Angeles County, in addition to that, they're getting all this extra little money for jewelry and whatnot on the side, and nothing's reported to the IRS because they're using a government county EIN number, and the IRS is not going to do anything about it?
Because the IRS doesn't know, because they're using that and they've never registered. And as a result, what has happened is that we're talking about since 1962. You see, what people have to understand, you have all kind of fines and fees and you're paying promotions. No one is keeping track of all that money. $1 million can come through there, but they may only turn over $500,000 to the auditor, and the others being misappropriated somewhere else, and you would never know.
So we need a county special grand jury from we the people, unconnected to the district attorney's office, a county grand jury made up of we the people to sit down, take evidence with a court reporter, and issue a true bill of indictment against the people in the accounting office in Los Angeles on Hill Street and the judges?
Well, maybe, but you have to realize that we'll never know the true amount because it's never been. How can you really know the true amount? We're talking about 1962.
So, yeah, we're talking 50 years of money being secretly spent and paid off to judges and no accounting, and nobody keeps an accounting.
And this is why the judges are so easy to do the things for the county, and the county is so easy to do things for them, because what they've done, they've created themselves a web. I would just like to see that they do fair by the people that bring cases before their courts. And this is what the problem is. So it's even more sinister. Now, I will say, I believe in 2004, 2002, Mr. Marv Reiner, we had a reporter come out here, Insight Magazine, and they did admit to doing this. They called it a party, some type of party outfit, but we're talking about millions and millions of dollars that we will never know exactly how much has really gone through this system. And then they have the county council going along with him. You've seen that he's answered some of those letters, and he's the same person that's going to argue a case in front of you in the event that you sue the county. And at the same time, he can't be an advisor and an advocate too. He's working both roles, and people are being shafted out here, and due process is being denied to everybody based upon this setup right here. So I wanted to go back to the courthouse. Now you see, if you check out the article, you will find out that since a private corporation is the one that's fixing and building these courthouses, and the judge sits over it, the judge owns the damn courthouse.
The courthouse is privately funded, so the people never vote on it. They build a courthouse, they get you hoodwinked to go in there, and you think you're in the people's courtroom, but you're not. You're in a private club of lawyers and judges and a corporation set up to fleece you, and maybe that's why you can't get justice very often in these kangaroo courts, in these privately funded corporations, and we don't even know how many of the judges actually own stock in that corporation, do we?
Don't know. It's private, and I'd like to say this here. Personally speaking, I don't think we are going to ever get any remedy. I think so much money has gone through the fingers, I think, of these people. I think that finance department has been used as a means to launder money. I don't think we'll ever get any remedy. I think the money is so big that they can pay off anybody. So I would just say to people, if you can, stay out of those courthouses. You cannot win. Let them have it. You can't win.
Well, isn't that exactly why the U.S. Supreme Court ruled just a few years ago that the grand jury does not belong to the judges, does not belong to the prosecutor, does not belong to the executive or the legislative, but it's for the people who are not in government to indict government officials. I have a YouTube clip that gives you exactly where to investigate. YouTube is just put in William Wagner, comma, grand jury, and you'll pull that YouTube, and that'll send you to a website after you get the issue understood. The website is countygrandjury.org, and it's not a website I set up. And this sounds to me exactly why we need grand juries to indict these people. And I saw the word certificate of participation in these documents. And to me, that is a ruse to get around the law, which says, certain things the government cannot do. And they're doing them by, instead of calling them a bond, they call them a certificate of participation, which is just legalese for we're going to call a zebra a horse.
But you see, even though I understand what you're saying with respect to the Supreme Court, but then when you get into that stage where you're about to go in the Supreme Court, they are denying to hear those cases, so you don't have a remedy. So it's either you're going to take your chance and maybe you might not be heard, or hopefully you do, but if you don't, so the chances of being heard is nil to none.
I agree. And we've got 40, 50, 60 years of this corrupt system going on. So all the judges that were in on the graft early on are now appellate judges and state Supreme Court judges, and many of them are federal judges. So they're all in on the scam.
I will say leave it alone.
You mean stay out of the courts if you possibly can because it's totally corrupt.
I would say that, and I'm not here to start a problem. I just want people to know, stop thinking that you're going to win. You cannot win. If you can't avoid going into these courts, they've got to jump on us, and that's it. I don't care about your evidence or how you can have it on tape. If they don't want you to win, they're going to slam you, and that's it. Leave it alone and try to mind your business and stay out of these courts because the deck is stacked against you.
I got it. The deck is stacked again. I got it.